Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. We're gonna get vectorized. We'll be starting soon. Until then, enjoy this royalty-free synth music. Oh, yeah. And old school EMs, if you're listening, you should send me that awesome starting soon video you made because it would go perfect with the vector theme. I thought you liked listening to my music, Mr. Baxter. I was trying to let you listen to it 4 more times before we started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 71. We're doing Vector today. It's our brand new pinball machine for PinTech Live. Kyle's new baby, I think. And we have Crystal, who's working on the game already. She's excited.
All these crusty rubbers off.
Oh, yeah. Kelly was in here earlier. She saw all the crusty rubbers and she freaked out too.
It's really a satisfying job. I feel very blessed that I've had this experience. So
Did you rip all that nasty out?
I did. There's a couple of acorns left, but they...
Did you get any gummy ones that were like on the inside and crispy?
Not really. They're mostly all just kind of crispy.
They like turn into gel and goo.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Kind of taking over Kyle's job for a minute here. But today we're looking at Vector. This is the new game. Where did you get this game?
I bought it from Steve.
Who's Steve? Oh, Bertuck.
Friend of the show, Steve. Bertuck, not best friend of the show sitting over there, Steve.
No, not
Midge.
This.
Are you turned on?
Yeah, I think both of y'all's volume needs to come up a little bit for whatever reason.
Boost it there, because I haven't changed anything. Here, pull the thing off your butt really quick.
Okay.
How many blue dots do you have in the middle?
Is it like a full ring? Yeah, boost it there, Moto. These are all the way up.
We need to get boosted.
It's all the way up here.
Okay. Well, we just need to talk louder then, I guess.
I gotta get boosted just like all of the guys that are on Vector.
Those guys are getting boosted, like riding their saw blade feet.
This is like High-Ally, right? This is what this kind of is.
Yeah.
It looks like a weird future High-Ally, which is a failed game from Brazil, I think, or Sao Paulo.
I don't know. People like highlight.
Was it failed? Is it still happening? I bet you it's in the
I
Olympics.
think people play highlight. I just don't think people play highlight in America because we like boring things like football and baseball and.
All right, so all right, what is Vector? Who makes Vector? Who designed it and everything? I've never played this game.
So
I've probably seen it.
Answer, right?
Yeah, Vector came out in 1982. It had a production run of about a year. This is a Bally game. Came out right after Electra. Kind of fits in with that whole theme of, you know, sci-fi people were cuckoo for in the early 80s.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's like weird sci-fi too. Like let's make up a future sport.
Yeah, on tiles.
Dudes riding saw blades. Like, what the hell?
I quite like it. I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
The designer is Greg Kimek, something. I've been having a struggle with this one. I know that there's a couple of different pronunciations. And Greg Ferris did the art. But really, this game was actually a team effort. This was one of the first examples of a Bally game where they, rather than having one designer oversee everything, they had a group do it. And it was something that they were experimenting with. They thought that because of the video games coming out and taking over the world, that they needed a new way of designing pinball. And so they did a group effort where it was all just team done. And sometimes people say that that's kind of reflected here because this game sort of looks like a dog's breakfast of layout. Like there's a lot going on.
Designed by committee.
Yeah, designed by committee is kind of what
bureaucracy gone wrong.
What it was. And I think that only happened for maybe about 2 or 3 games. They had the idea and then it didn't work. Now that's how everything works as far as pinball is concerned, at least I know with Stern. Everything is pretty much, you have your head designer and then you have a group that's going to look at every single aspect of it. Of course, that's different because there's video and, you know, all that other stuff that's going on with pinball these days. But it was like the first iteration of that sort of teamwork because before the head designer would, as far as I understand it, do pretty much everything from whitewood to finish. I
don't think they did any, I think as far as I know, they didn't do anything other than just make a whitewood.
Right.
You just lay out a playfield and say, this looks good.
Yep.
And then when it was time to put that one into production, they'd put art on it, a theme on it, and do everything else. I mean, maybe some of it, depending on, you know, back in the day, like with the electromechanical stuff, the designers were responsible for the design, the rules, and wiring the game together. So like figuring out the rules and the circuitry that would make that work, which is pretty neat. But as far as I know, like this kind of stuff, you just give it a layout and then you throw it out the office and other people do everything else.
Right,
you know?
Right. So they did this for, I think, a couple of games. The game after this was Mr. and Miss Pac-Man. And then I think after that, they sort of went back to the way that things were.
It was the Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man and then Rapid Fire, which is funny because like...
That's not really pinball.
It's not, and it was such a failed thing. What did Steve Ritchie say? I think he called it, like, because Steve made Hyperball, and that was first, and then Bally copied it. And then Steve told me that, like, Bally's internal code name was, like, Project Xerox or something like that for Rapid Fire, which is really funny. But as we know, that game sucked, and they turned them into Centaur 2s and 8-Ball Deluxe LEs. But Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man sold a like odd amount of games. We were looking at IPDB a minute ago, and like 3,000 games that's pretty good, you know? Yeah. But then they made 10,000 Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man, which is just kind of insane.
Compared to 3,500 of these, that's pretty much a lot.
Oh, wow.
There's a fun little Easter egg here. I don't know if we can get a handheld.
Yeah, where's the handheld camera? Maybe it's...
So this Team Alpha is an Easter egg.
Can you turn on the
Oh.
Light.
Magic.
Oh no, I can't focus it right now. What are we looking at?
So it's this plastic right here. So it says Team Alpha, and that's the team that worked on the machine.
Gotcha.
So you can see all of the names: Welsh, Kemek, Burris, Roland. Then
other people that got stuck.
Oh, cool! They actually put their team on there.
And then, look, there's an Addams family picture. Oh, how fun is that?
Weird.
Oh,
so weird.
Why?
I wish I could focus.
Why would that be there?
Maybe someone had a obsession
It
with the
won't let
Addams
me.
family.
That's
I
so
don't know.
funny. I'll have to look at that. I literally just saw that for the first time. That's really cool.
I love all the Easter eggs they put into games
best.
art.
It's pretty cool.
So after this,
Zombie
Kyle and I
Yeti
were talking
does a
the other
lot of
day, right after this, Tron came out, which is kind of funny because it's sort of very similar to the whole theme of this game.
Yeah, Steve asked that the other day in the office. He was like, did Tron come out first or Vector? And I was like, oh, it had to have been Tron. And I guess the movie Tron was released at the end of the year that this game came out in.
Yep.
But I can only imagine, like, you know, not discounting the creativity of the design team, but this has to be very heavily influenced from like production stills or something. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was a really popular sort of thing, I think, at that time. Like I mentioned before, like people just were really obsessed with that, whatever this aesthetic is. I don't even know what it's called.
Sawfoot.
Sawfoot, is that what it's called?
That's what I'm gonna call it.
Sawfoot? Oh, yeah. What is up with their
That
outfits?
aesthetic is called in the chat, please.
Tiger Saw.
Tiger
Yeah,
Saw.
they brought that into the future. Tiger Saw.
Another thing that's kind of fun, and it's not on this game right now. I guess it gets taken off sometimes, but Greg Kemick, I'm so sorry. He had a common thing where his signature was he would put a red post somewhere on the playfield. Normally, I think it would either be like behind a flipper or some weird part of the playfield and not entirely visible, but I think it was supposed to be behind the flipper.
Let's see, maybe it is. They use like those weird like spool things under these screws sometimes, but I don't know. My Xenon didn't have one, so I re-added it.
There you go, see?
But it's kind of a fun thing to see. Let's open this up and just see.
I always appreciate it.
Didn't we do another game where we saw the red post?
No.
A while back.
We haven't worked on any, we haven't really worked on many Bally games.
Maybe it was just a trivia that we did.
It's one of the best trivias.
I always like it when designers have got like weird little signature stuff like that, like the Steve Kordick post in the middle of the flippers and all that stuff.
We have no red post.
It must have been here.
But it's weird because it's not though, right? Like look at the,
there's no ring.
There's no ring.
Someone stole your red post?
It's okay. I have some somewhere. We can put the red post back.
Oh, another thing. Apparently there is a misprint on the manual on this game that says that this flipper, the little baby flipper that's right here, is supposed to have a 3-inch ring and be like a normal size flipper, but it is not. It is, as you can see, a tiny little baby boy.
It's a baby flip.
So there's that little misprint. So if you have one of these and you have a manual, you know,
don't believe
this is what the flipper is supposed to look like. Little baby. So, yeah, that's pretty much Vector. That's
it's crazy.
I'm excited again,
Wow,
once again,
what
to see
happened?
what this looks like and to play it.
Oh my God, Paul.
What's happening, Moto?
Moto's turning us into an art project.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
I'm
we're
gonna
back.
lock
Hey, look,
this.
it's
Wow,
me
there's
and-
3 of you.
Sup?
So.
3 of him. He's the guy in the suit right above me too. So Kyle, can you explain what this what your hand here is? It like a glove or is that actually your alien hands have a
It's like highlight. It's like what we were talking about. It's like a
Yeah,
like
highlights.
like you,
It's like a banana flipper.
Yeah.
Highlight is like
but as a hand.
it's like lacrosse, but
oh
instead of
attached
using
to
a
your arm?
basket with a net, highlight's like a combination of like soccer and lacrosse, sort of, right? Like Steve,
Thank
you know
you,
more.
import.
You like scoop it up from the ground more often.
And you can catch it.
It's pretty crazy.
There's a whole Mad Men episode about it.
What happened to your
Yeah.
head?
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, highlight must. Well, remember, okay, so I think we've talked about highlight many times on this show. Maybe because of the beer that Cigar City Brewing does called highlight. But when we worked on Time Warp was supposed to be highlight themed, and then they decided the time travel and the Vitruvian Man was a better art package than highlight.
It's all weird.
So I mean, I'm okay with that.
It's all
That's
weird to
Midge's
me.
favorite.
I like it.
So why would someone want a Vector? What are the like highlights of the game that would make you want to buy this or play it? I mean, you obviously bought it, Kyle, so
Yeah, well, I bought it because I like having the best collection of worst pinball machines of all time. So this adds in there.
Do you think it's really that bad?
No, it's not that bad. It's really cool.
No. Okay, really you're a terrible salesperson. Crystal, why would I buy this machine?
It's got a cool saucer that is next to the outlane. There are 2 saucers. There's one on each outlane.
Kyle's like, all right, let's hear it.
There's a cool like Paragon kind of swirly deal going here, but there's saucers instead of just a regular rollovers. It's got an upper playfield, which is always cool in 1982 or now.
Yeah, or now.
Or now. You got a lot of drop targets. That's a big sell for both me and Kyle. We love drop targets, and there's lots of drop targets on this game. There's a set of 3 here, and a set of 3 here, and then a set of 3 here. And I don't know what they do because I've never played this game, unfortunately.
We're gonna have to play it.
This is why it's hard for me to sell it, other than the art looks cool, and it's got drop targets.
I mean, that's good enough, man. It looks cool and it has drop targets. Now, this game's it's hella cool. It's got a ton of saucers. It's got a lot of voice. It's the dumbest, goofiest theme. The sounds are super cool. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect out of a rad 1982 something or other. It was not a good game. They sold an okay amount, but I guess from what I gather, it didn't earn super well. So, you know, but again, a run of 3,500 games in 1982 is good. But, you know, then you get a run of 10,000 Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Mans, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I think that really did dictate Bally's design going forward. Mr. and Mr. Pac-Man was a really simple game. It didn't have a lot to it. It barely had anything to it. And if you think about all the games that came out after that, Bally, you know, they really definitely went this way during the, I mean, I guess that would be like the second crash of pinball, when everything went really bad. Video games were back, the king again. So, yeah, Bally never recovered. This was probably one of the last great Bally games that they ever made. I'd have to go on, you know, I'd have to put myself out there and I'd argue that point. Electra
was pretty great. I really like Electra. I think it's beautiful. This game also introduced, I believe they introduced the first, it was a dual coin door, which is essentially like a split coin door, and it allows for a slot for coins and then a slot for bill acceptor, bill validator, which is not, I don't think that was something that was ever really seen in any kind of arcade before. So
I had an Electra, or no, the Vector I used to have had that weird dollar bill acceptor coin door.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen them on Electras also. I think.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was, but from what I gather, the people even that worked at Bally weren't sure when that happened.
Okay.
So, which is odd. I don't know. I see again. It's all disconnected.
How do you lose track of something like that?
But I have heard another thing too, and I think this was on IPDB, and I've seen one like this. A customer brought us one, a Vector, years ago that you could still see the Electra stencils underneath the Vector artwork. I think Bally thought Electra was going to be like the new hot thing on the block, and when it didn't sell well at all, they quickly retooled some of those pre-made cabinets into something else. Electra is a maintenance hog. It's you know, three level play field. There's just a lot going on, and you know, people didn't get these Bally games at this time. You know, they were too complex, but they were cool. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Did you know that this is the only game allowed in the Vector Dome?
Cool, man. Well,
I wanted to bring my Addams family to the Vector Dome.
Yeah. I've never been to the Vector's Dome, man. Like
the Vectors.
Oh wait, Vector Zone or Vector
Dome?
Vector Dome.
So it's funny though, like they have Vector something trademarked in certain. Look at this.
Sad.
Vector Scan TM.
Vector Scan.
It's like I feel like Bally thought this was going to be like the hottest stuff on the block, and I
love the vector energy containment unit. I'm like, I don't know what that means. It sounds dangerous.
It's cool. That's where you lock the balls.
Your
when you qualify
storage.
For locks, that's where the balls will lock, which is kind of cool.
That's cute. And then they all pop out here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is gonna be fun to dive into it. I can't wait to see the Playfield really big. Oh wait, I can make a hand.
It's already
the flyer. Wow.
Pretty great.
There's a lot of goofy art on this game. So, yeah.
Colin Baxter said Party Animal was good. Blackwater was good. They had some decent games after this.
Yeah, but they didn't sell nearly as well as the Williams games that they were competing with.
Cybernaut was also a Greg Kamayak game. He had like a string of games that were just like weird sci-fi, otherworldly, like.
Yeah, they were all hits though. They were killer.
Yep.
They're really neat. Because he was an old designer too, though. I mean, like he did like the late EM stuff too. So it's neat to see like really simple games like Knight Rider, and then compare them versus like this and Cybernaut, which are just crazy, you know.
Get out of this fire.
It's really pretty cool that they managed to fit so much stuff on this playfield. Like seeing an upper playfield that has something other than just, you know, I mean, well, there's only a uni flipper, which really only just hits
a hidden
the
pop-up.
Oh, there's a hidden pop-up.
Oh yeah, wait, did you guys talk about the size of the flipper?
Yes.
I saw that in your notes. Oh, that's crazy.
Yes, we did.
So they're tiny flippers? They're 2-inch flippers?
There's one tiny flipper, and then 3 regular flippers.
Oh wow, so there's 4 on that game. That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 flippers. Again, it's like, I think the thing that always trips me out about this game is like they designed it by a committee or whatever, but like the bean counters were absolutely not there. I do not know how this game got like such a crazy bill of material. Dude, 4 flippers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saucers, and one of those saucers is a double way saucer.
3 sets of drop targets.
Yeah, 3 sets of drop targets, a pop bumper, 7 displays or sorry, 6 displays. Like that costs money. You know, it's got the unique apron and everything set up for a multi-ball game. It's got the dual pane back glass.
It's got a rollover.
It's got a lot of stuff that's not cheap. And you know, it's I don't understand how all that crap got past the bean counters, you know. So
yeah, the Helizel says this would be a $15,000 machine if Stern made it now.
And there isn't even a bash toy.
But this game, you know, but you have to think too, like this game definitely came off the coattails of the good stuff, right? It wasn't many years before that, you know, it was like 1 year before that 8-Ball Deluxe sold how many units, and Centaur sold a ton of units. I mean, 8-Ball was only 3 years before this. You know, they still had money. They didn't know that pinball was going to crash really hard in about 1 year. So I get it, but it's nuts. There's just so much going on.
Yeah. This
game has so many circuit boards. It's crazy, which we'll get into very soon.
Kind of reminds me of Paragon, but if Paragon, I don't know, in ways, I think it's just.
Does it have that nudge thingy that Paragon has when it's going through the?
So you could probably nudge it.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is like.
Out the gate.
If you can, well, you don't nudge it this way. If you can get it to bounce and fall into the saucer, then the saucer kicks it back into play. So it does kind of have a nudging feature, but it's different.
Brilliant. I like that a lot.
It's neat, huh?
Man, you got to call me over when you're done with this so I can play it.
Oh, we will.
I know. We got to do an after.
We got to do like a bookend segment where Crystal starts it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to do that.
We gotta get Crystal in the studio more.
And Crystal loves dollar games, so
I do. I very much
make it interesting.
Who doesn't like to bet? It's not just for amusement.
True.
So,
what are you gonna do with it today?
We're just gonna look at it. We're gonna go through and take a look, see what's inside, see what it all looks like, because I don't have enough time to start actually doing work on it.
Sure. Well, I did.
We got to do lots of circuit boards.
I did some work.
You did. You took all the rubbers off.
Almost all.
Almost all.
Keep going.
Keep going. There's no more. There's no more. I gotta start unscrewing stuff.
Are you gonna put super bands on them and make them like bright?
Maybe.
If I could get pink ones, yeah. Mark, if you're listening.
Purple would look better because of the purple.
Oh yeah, I could see purple.
Screen.
I put purple ones on my TNA,
it's a good contrast.
But again, I put purple ones on TNA because I really wanted pink ones.
You gotta perp it out.
Perp it out. Yeah, we'll put purple LEDs everywhere.
Perp
so
it
then
out.
That what? Don't do that. Purple pinball on Instagram.
Oh,
I'll
you
become
don't like
his poster
purple
child.
pinball, Mitch?
You scared me.
I love purple pinball. He's not about that purple pinball.
No, we're not
life.
about that purple pinball.
I like it.
Perp life. Joey Perp.
Well.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, I think our audio is good.
Everyone learned something.
Who doesn't love
Colin Baxter's wrong.
Questions?
Though, sorry.
No.
What does he say?
Attack from Mars is not a Bally game. It just says Bally. Sorry.
It says Bally, it's a Bally.
There's no more Bally left at that point, man. The last Bally game was like Truck Stop. The last, I guess no. Williams tried to keep Bally as like a unique feel to them with like their crazy cabinets. So you've got like what, Party Zone, Elvira, Game Show. They all have the. Actually, that's
like those
ridiculous.
cabs.
We have 4 of them in here right now and mousing around.
Those are a pain to get under low doorways.
Oh, dude, it's awful.
We had a low doorway at the arcade, and whenever we'd have to move something from the front to the back, it would be like lower the dolly, then like slowly push it in.
You have to like hold it with 1 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so tall. I like them. I think they look sharp.
They're pretty neat.
This is also like Xenon, and it opens up on the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's got the lights.
Can you name all the games that use the cool double cabinet?
Electra, Xenon, Vector.
I can only think
Black
of one more.
Hole.
Well, no, only Bally games.
Only Bally.
There's only one more. No, only the Bally games.
Mars got a roll with that. I love the way that game looks.
It's so cool.
There's one more?
Yeah, it's all black and silver. It's not Centaur. And it's a kind of a bad game, but it looks really badass.
It's all black and silver, not
Well, Centaur has one.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't?
Mm-mm.
Centaur has a mirrored back.
Does anyone know Space Invader?
Chuck's
Yeah,
here.
he got it. What's up, Chuck? Hey, thanks for joining. Yeah, Space Invader. Space Invaders was the first one with the mirrored back, the infinity glass, I think. So.
Cool.
But, anyways.
All right, well, I'll let you get to it then.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Kyle, I think you sat on your mic.
I did, and I just plugged it back in. Sorry.
Okay.
Kyle sat on his mic.
Well, thanks, Crystal. I wish you could just stay here for the rest of the show, but I imagine some customers are trying to reach you.
Yeah, well, I got associations to do, so.
Yeah, Crystal's going to make the website better.
She's keeping the website nice.
Yes, thank goodness.
Call me up, order some parts.
Right?
Yeah, call Crystal right now. Actually, call Marco and ask for Crystal specifically in about 20 minutes.
Everyone call right now and ask for Crystal.
Please.
They're gonna be like, oh my god.
Yeah. Hey,
she's never gonna be allowed to go to the studio now.
Is this Marco Pizza?
Yeah, I want to get 2 large pepperonis. Nah, this is Pinball, man. Get out of here.
So I'm gonna switch over to our other layout.
Okay, yeah, let me and I'll frame this. Thanks, Crystal.
Hello, look, now we have the chat.
What's up, everybody?
Our free shipping code, and our free shipping code today.
It's really boring. We didn't come up with a good one. It was okay. It's not boring. It's just we'll make our own memes. I think that's the funny thing we were joking about when we were coming up with a free shipping code. Is like we make a good meme out of it, and that's our free shipping code. But we have to. Oh, I'm beheaded. Hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was dropping in the code. How did that happen?
Emotos, we're having a rough day today. We're all tired. It's almost Friday. It kind of is Friday for me tomorrow. Or actually, it is my Friday because I'm going to Savannah for the weekend.
Scared you. Nolan got scared.
Sorry, everyone.
Had no head. Oh no, what happened?
I guess, hold on. I wish I wasn't so
the
tall.
Music's playing in the background. Is that what you're saying is happening?
Yeah, it is. Look.
Anywhere.
Now it's gone.
What am I looking at?
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. You were talking. That's why it was doing that.
Hold on, I gotta listen.
Can you delete where that layer might live? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. You were talking.
No, it's not playing the music.
Why am I so tall? Okay, now I'm in the frame. But you can't really see the game. But whatever. Hey, you know what? Here, I'll do this. I'll even bring this camera over. And this one can look at the game some more. Okay. So.
A new emoji. I just made Cletus. I know. I have a list of long
Look at Kyle's nipple
emojis.
region.
M. Kulzelman, if you have any requests, let me know. Maybe I'll open up Photoshop during the show. Panicked emoji. Oh, what does that look like? Cletus with his eyes even bigger?
Bigger Cletus. All right. Yeah,
his
dudes. Vector's pretty cool. We'll talk about this just a little bit. It's
Can you use the handheld and show us like
Yeah, we will.
Put it on then.
I just want to talk about what I've done already, and then we're going to do a huge exploration of the game. This game's pretty, and it looked really good in the back of the garage when I was looking at it, when I agreed to buy it. And then you get into the game, and I noticed that I think this game spent a lot of time in a garage or in a not-so-well climate-controlled warehouse. The playfield is really crispy. I think
crispy.
The clear coat is gone for the most part, and the actual ink is it's just crispy. I think it's been through too many like high humidity cycles, so it's bad. It won't. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on it cosmetically to get it to stay in the wonderful shape that it's in. But just me running some Novus over it already has I've lost some paint. This game I'm definitely going to on a weekend. I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to Mylar portions of the game that are particularly bad. So just to try to keep it in nice shape. Mylar saves games, and I will take care of the Mylar well. So that's why I am going to Mylar this probably. It's funny, actually, I have the factory Mylar pieces. They came inside the game. I wish someone would have put them on. I'm not going to use them,
and
of course.
And they didn't put them on?
Nah, a lot of the time, that shit never got put on. Oh, stop, sorry.
He cussed.
It's been a long time since I've done that, so give me one freebie, please.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, one freebie for today. Thank you and sorry.
Do you Mylar all your games, Kyle?
No. But this one I need to because there's no other way to save it. This Mylar is no good. You know, it's 40 years old. It's lost most of its adhesion, but they've also got the little piece for the back. Uh-oh, Paul's here, so now Paul's going to fire me. Sorry, Paul. Let's do the handheld now.
He's been adjusting our audio, so everyone can thank mTort for us being able to hear Kyle louder and cleaner. There's a lot of knobs being moved.
No, we don't turn the adult mode on unless we are on the weekends.
Fire me for a second. No!
But if we could, that'd be great, but no, it's cool. Okay, so yeah, this is the factory Mylar, which is kind of neat. This game, though, it's deceivingly nice. If it wasn't for the really crispy playfield, it would be a gorgeous vector. Can we handheld on the big screen, please?
I'd love to.
Too bad we heard all that all clearly. Yeah,
yeah. Speaking of this handheld.
What's up? Oh, it's not on.
Focus is set manual. It might work now. Oh, I got it.
So, okay, typically on Vector, you see a few things.
Can you turn on the ring light? Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Typically on Vector, the drop targets are destroyed. There's a lot of ball jumping, right? There's a lot of open space where the ball can kind of hit and then jump over, and these areas get torn up a lot. This one's not. The playfield's pretty dull looking right now because I dumped a boatload of Novus all over it and then gently rubbed it all around to try to wick up some of the dirt and also kind of introduce a little bit of love onto the playfield. But it will buff out nice in areas where I can actually rub. It's pretty shiny here, but then if you look at this black, it's pretty dull. Anywho, the hype targets also really get destroyed.
This spot.
Bally flippers are really, really strong. And the area around here, you'll get this sort of in action since, this is here to keep the ball from jumping all over the place. But the ball will fly up here, hit these targets, bounce up, hit this, and then come back down. And this area is always destroyed on vectors. You also
it doesn't look that bad.
No, it's gorgeous. Again, if it just wasn't for the playfield being so crispy, which we'll get to up top. Sunken playfield windows also get destroyed.
What is that? It lights up, or?
Yeah, there's a display under here. There's a feature in the game where it's like a hurry up sort of thing where you can qualify when you knock down all the defenders, you nail this shot, and the fastest you can get it counts down. So this side will show how fast you've hit it, and this side will show the all-time fastest reaction shot for the...
Oh, so the red is part of the display?
Yeah,
that
the red
thing?
shows the best of all time. This one shows your current time.
Oh, wow. It's a dot matrix display under there?
Nope, just a regular 6-digit Bally's display.
Oh,
the same one
gotcha.
that would be in your credit match or something
Right,
like
yeah,
that.
this is way before DMDs were introduced, right? So it's not like dots.
No, the first dot matrix game was Checkpoint by Data East. Fun, more you know.
Game?
But so this is where, this is bad. See, but this is where you get, I think this is where the design by committee stuff really happens, right? This game's pretty complicated. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
And, you know, you end up with something like this, where there's a ball guide that lives halfway through the playfield with a post in front of it. Like, clearly they couldn't figure out a clean way to make it work. And then you suffer, right? There's supposed to be a shank nut or shank bolt here. It looks like someone has like jimmy rigged a screw, but you can see what happens when the post goes away. The ball really eats into that ball guide. So again, though, I don't need the world's cleanest pinball machine. I just want something that plays good, so this doesn't bother me. I will have to probably remove this ball guide and try to straighten it out.
Right.
But again, I'm not that worried about it right now.
Shout out to mTort. Thank you for the notes and for making audio of Kyle sound super clean.
Yeah, thanks for being here too. You can start seeing the crispiness of the playfield here. You see the cracking. I can't see. I can see just Emoto's head right now. There we go.
I'm trying to focus.
No, it's okay. I'm going to turn
camera.
the light down.
It's so weird.
You know what? It's probably easier to see here. This is an
going up.
unclean section, but there's a lot of texture here.
Weird.
You can see. Oh, whoop! I turned the light back on. Is that too dark? It's kind of hard to
No, that's
convey,
great.
but it's crispy. It looks like it's, you know, I can catch this with my fingernail. That's how this paint has started to buckle. Some of it's come up here. What I'm thinking Mylar-wise on this game, I'm going to clean, wax, and then I'm going to cut a long piece of Mylar for this. I'm going to cut a piece of Mylar for this section as well. I'll probably just use the old piece as a template because this is pretty bad. It's cracking quite badly. And then down here, I don't know. It's starting to get crispy, and I think, you know, I could pump a ton of wax into this thing and see if it gets better. But I think it's probably in my best interest to at least cut a piece of Mylar that might fit this section. Maybe it's worth to also put another unique piece down here. I don't know. I just don't want it to get any worse. The correct way to do that would be to take the playfield out and then have it clear, you know, fixed and clear coated, but I don't want to do that, so. Nah,
wow.
I don't like playfield protectors.
Yeah, you gotta take everything out.
The problem with the playfield protector is it's gonna get on here and it's just going to exacerbate the problem anyways. Using Mylar will do the exact same thing and keep everything in its place. I just don't like the way games play with playfield protectors either. There's a weird friction coefficient that just isn't there anymore.
That doesn't exist on the Mylar because the Mylar's thinner?
Mylar's different. Mylar games play different too, but Mylar has a different friction coefficient than like a thick piece of plastic does. So,
so just clear coat it. Pull it out, put it on a pintisserie.
Nah, I can't do that.
Disassemble everything. Take pictures.
I am not set up to do that, and I can't do that. So we're gonna salvage what we can.
Drager says just get a new playfield.
Oh yeah, because that's easy. No, there'll never be new playfields for this game. Well, maybe. I guess if CPR is making playfields for freaking Joust, maybe I'll get one of these.
Yeah.
Steve thought that was funny. Anyways, so yeah, this is going to get the Novus and wax treatment a lot. I think for the first couple weeks, we'll probably be working on electronics a lot on this game. We're going to get to that in a second. And I will start doing treatments to the playfield in between. So, you know, continuing novusing, waxing, and getting it ready to lay the Mylar down. I am nervous because I really do have one chance to lay the Mylar down in some of these places because the adhesive will absolutely start to take some of the compromised paint off, you know. I might get my paints out too and try to match some spots a little bit, but I'm already peeling pieces of it now just by touching it. So anyways, we'll make it work. It doesn't matter. What it's going to be is a really nice playing game. It's not going to be the prettiest vector ever, but it does have a really nice cabinet. Check this out. It's really juicy. It's shiny.
That's super clean.
And it has a South Carolina operators sticker from 1982. So it's definitely been a while since this scene has seen the light of day.
Nice, that's awesome.
So let's see what the chat's saying.
Oh, never mind. That's good. Daniel said maybe hard overlay. Oh, that's like a Playfield protector, right?
I don't know. Maybe he might be talking about the overlay. He could be talking about the what's it called? The hard top things. I don't think anyone's ever made one of those for this game. It's such a strange game. I also don't like those things either. It's like 60% of the work of doing a Playfield swap. I might as well just do a new Playfield, you know? It don't bother me that much. It's going to be a really nice game when it's done. It'll be fine. Uh-oh. Did the small camera die?
It's, yeah, it lost its, like, connectivity features.
Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. Well, hey, how about this? Do you want me to take the camera off of this tripod? And I could use the... Oh, wait, is it working again? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Well, no, see, look.
Oh, you can't focus? Right? Can you focus the one on the tripod? Because I can just swap them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just swap cameras.
Just don't disconnect.
Oh, crud.
Whatever you do.
It's on a really short extender, though, this one. Let's see what we can do with this one really quick. Emoto,
I would say unplug it and replug it back in. That helps.
I'm too scared. No, don't do it.
Well, the handheld, it's fine because it's not the greatest.
Oh, okay.
Right now, anyways.
So we can go down to one camera?
That's exactly what it is, Obi. Overload.
Overload. All right, let's see what you can get. Steve just plugged it back in, so I'll just sit here and talk to the chat. Hard tops. I wish I could make the game say it. Yeah, you have to adjust a lot with the Playfield protectors, but I don't know. It's not my flavor. It's not my thing. In this case, the problem with the Playfield protectors is they're not solid. The thing's still going to move like a teeny bit, and that might exacerbate the problem. I hate Playfield protectors that, I mean, sometimes they'll get dust underneath them, and like dust underneath a big piece of plastic kind of turns into a big piece of sandpaper. You know, it's just not my favorite thing.
Like when you're putting those protectors on your phone.
Any experience with a vinyl overlay? I've actually never done one. I don't. That's not what I care to do, I guess, is what I'm saying. It might. It is cool for games that, you know, will never get a Playfield though. So I appreciate those things. I've just never done it. Emoto's blocking the chat trying to get this up and working, so that's fine.
K-Dog, where are you going for vacation?
Going to Savannah, Savannah, Georgia, for my my partner's birthday and our wedding anniversary. So that'll be pretty fun.
Yay.
We're gonna go explore and eat and drink a lot of alcohol on the streets because that's what people do there. Be pretty cool. Pinball trip? Nah, but there probably will be some pinball involved. I'll find some. At the Graveface Museum, most likely. Excited to go there. Gonna see if I can beg them to let me come and work on their game someday.
Oh yeah, you're gonna check out that goth pinball place, right? Is it goth?
Yeah. Drink lots of beer. Oh, that's definitely in the works. Steve and I drank a good amount of beer last night while we were at Oktoberfest at my local coffee shop. They had a fun get-together. It was great. Sat outside, drank some beer, listened to some great accordion, being serenaded with German drinking songs, and some Czech drinking songs too. All sorts of good stuff. Let's see what I can get while Emoto's trying to adjust these cameras. I will... Actually, hey, Steve.
I think it just needs to be unplugged.
Which one needs to be unplugged?
to a different port, the handheld.
I'll try to plug it into the USB splitter. We don't have great results with that usually, but I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
Yeah, Obi's like, you need to get a sweet desktop. And it's like, yeah, the desktop probably would help in some configurations, but it's definitely a peripheral problem. I mean, yeah, you're right. The USB host controller probably is getting bombarded right now, but.
Yeah, I don't understand. When I come out there in a few weeks, we'll have to look at it again, because at Southern Fried, I had 5 cameras running off of your laptop.
I think
Moment of silence for the fact we can only get 3 running anytime we're in the studio.
Well, we could get more, but I think the problem is it's like I think it's a webcam problem. It's not a computer problem.
It's not the webcams.
We've been lucky, there's like the thing when you start OBS, it talks about like asking the stream gods for the perfect settings. Like,
oh, we haven't been doing that.
They're grumpy. Hey, Steve, maybe while Emoto screws with that, let's do the camera. Maybe I can show off what's going on underneath the Playfield while we wait for the handheld to come back. I think we've got enough light, and we can mess with stuff to make sure we have enough light to get it working. This game has a ton going on. Oh, I forgot. Crystal took all the
these webcams are good.
Thingies off, so now we're going to have plastics flying all over the place. I think we're good. Pretty busy. There's a lot going on here.
Join my streaming class. It's called PinTech Live.
Is it on autofocus right now? There's something on that tripod's really loose right now. Is it super tight? It's wobbling. Yeah, the head is a little loose. I think someone took the head off and it never got put back on right. Hello. We're having a great, it's like we've never streamed before, not on episode 71 or anything like that. Uh-oh.
Here's a camera.
Yeah, Steve, do you want to try getting it to focus first? Getting it on autofocus? She has that camera off. The ghost of Vector is present, absolutely. The ghost of this broken Vector is also breaking our streaming experience, but we'll make do with what we got. We'll do a little bit of...
Oh, yeah, we tried to use an iPhone before Chuck, and I think Kyle's iPhone melted.
It was a really old Pixel phone.
Oh, right. It wasn't an iPhone. But
do you remember how to get the focus? You go to the menu, and then I think I turned it on standard or set focus so we could film the playfield. So Vector is a crazy game. There's a lot of wires here. There's also a lot of solenoids. We've got our flippers. We've got our slingshots. Bally used a lot of linear mechanisms. So instead of having something on a pivot where the solenoid would pull down on the plunger, which would then, something would be on a pivot, so you'd get an action like this. Bally had the slingshot kicker mounted on a linear shaft, just like their flippers. So it's one pull, which is pretty neat. Same with the flippers. These are really similar. These are the same flippers we worked on when we did Lady Luck. I love that flipper. It's like my favorite flipper of all time. And then I think Bally probably had way too many saucers or something like that, so they were trying to use every saucer they possibly had left when they made this game. Because we've got the 2 here that kick the ball back into play, and then we have this whole gaggle of saucers down here. So we've got 2 one-way saucers and then 1 two-way saucer, which can kick it either forward or backwards, which is pretty cool. That is used on Viking. I think that's the first time that saucer's ever been used, but it's a really, really neat mechanism. Moving back up a teeny bit, we have a under playfield display, which is really neat.
We have 2 banks of drop targets, which also have independent drop capabilities. So the game can reset and manually drop all 6 of these drop targets. Which leads me to this board right here, which is the Solenoid. Oh, Steve's got the camera working again. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, Emoto, switch over to that. Now this can show my long, lanky body. Okay. The Solenoid Expander is a really neat thing where the game, it's kind of like the AC Select Relay on the System 11 Williams games, but what this does is it allows the game to run certain solenoids using a lamp drive. So it uses the one of the SCRs on the lamp board to close this, to activate this relay, essentially, which will then allow different things to work. I need to look at the schematic to figure out how it all works because I'm really curious about it. But this game absolutely used more than the 16 solenoids that Bally would had on the driver board. It's insane. I mean, actually, I'm going to count now. So what we have 1. These are not controlled by the computer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there are 20 controlled solenoids in this. Oh no, 21, including the flipper enable relay. That's crazy. So I like to call those the we ran out of solenoid boards, or the, you'll see another one in the back here. That's the, oh crap, we ran out of lamp drives boards also. It's pretty neat. Again, I do not understand how this game got past the accountants. Anyways, underside, pretty crazy. Dual level playfield, pretty standard. You know, it's just reset. You've got another auxiliary lamp driver board here. This one does lamps. This one, I think, works some of the crazy chase effects. When you run, when you get into some certain modes, like there will be a really cool sweeping pattern of the lights, and I'm pretty sure that this driver works on that circuit somewhere. Let's jump into the back. This playfield fits in really strange too. Gotta pull it forward and then drop it in place. All right, we've got, this head is screwed up also. It's got a little bit of a sag, but we're going to open the front glass, which then we are presented with the insert. Can you get that shot? Or, yeah, thank you. I think that'll sit like that. We can open the front back box, and then we're presented with the insert, which is just, you know, standard insert of its day. I am missing 2 displays, but I think I found some in my house. I've got another pile over there. I'll try to run all gas plasmas in here if possible. We can open up the insert, and then there is a lot of crap. So,
can you get a light on it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here. I'll move this one, and then hopefully I can put it in front of the glasses, and then that'll keep them open nice and wide, too. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So, and then we get presented with this beautiful sight. 100% original boards, no acid damage. It's beautiful. There's not a lot of nasty hacking going on in here. So that makes me extraordinarily giddy. We've got the original computer, Bally's. This is a AS2962-32.
Hello, LEJ.
That is the computer Bally used from the 1980 forward. This thing was jumpered differently to run different RAMs and ROMs. But this is a really common computer. Definitely looks salvageable. I don't see any acid damage on it unless there's something in the back, so it's exciting. Then we move over here to our power driver board. We've worked on this before, but I'm excited to go through all of this stuff again with everybody because this is my favorite system to work on. This thing takes voltages and turns it into 5 volts for the entire game and high voltage for the displays. It also runs all of the solenoids. We have 19 drives on the Bally solenoid driver board, so the game runs 2 more than this thing is even capable of, which is just so crazy.
That back box is packed.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. We've got the best soundboard of all time, Bally's Squawk and Talk.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
This board talks and squawks. It does everything, voice and sound.
Oh, the squawk is the sound?
I guess so. Prior to this, the first 2 talking games that Bally did, Xenon and Flash Gordon, it used a Sounds Deluxe board, which is like the good Bally soundboard. It makes cool stuff and not just weird tones and screeches. But then it would had an add-on board called a vocalizer, which just processed speech, which is really neat. And then Bally combined it into one board with the Squawk and Talk. The Squawk and Talk is used in most Bally talking pinball machines from 1980-ish forward. Most Flash Gordons did use the Squawk and Talk, but some did use a vocalizer. It's a really cool board. It's a very powerful board, and I'm excited to get to work on one. It's been a long time, and we'll do the basic, replace capacitors, etc., and we'll probably be very happy with the results. These are pretty reliable for the most part. We've got our lamp driver board down in the bottom left corner.
Wow.
This drives all of the lamps inside the controlled lamps in the pinball games. And then, right to its left, we have the, oh crap, we ran out of lamp drives, and we have an auxiliary lamp driver board. I can't get this thing to open anymore, but trust me, that's what this is. It drives another 25 lamps, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that this lamp board, the only thing that this lamp board drives are the chase lamps on the back box. So I'm pretty sure. But then there's also another auxiliary lamp driver here. I have to look in the schematics to figure out what's going on. But overall, it's just crazy. There's a lot going on here. That means there's a lot of boards to service. We're definitely going to have to do some service on this, make sure that all of the connectors are happy and handy dandy. Hopefully that's all we have to do. This game is new enough where Bally is not using the really crappy sockets that they used to use, so we're not going to have to.
Not yet.
These are Robert Newley sockets? Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no. Disappointed. That's an Auget socket.
Oh, show us.
We might have to replace some of these sockets, but.
What does that mean?
They just suck.
Oh.
They didn't, they were not good for reliability.
Which ones aren't good?
The Bally used these ones.
You like the pop sockets, right?
All the things that these chips are plugged into.
You don't like?
Well, they're just not reliable. That's a lot of work, but so that's where you have to sit there and decide, like, is it worth it to fix that computer? I mean, since this thing has no acid damage, it's absolutely worth it to fix it. But at the end of the day, I can get a brand new, wonderful, non-failing Altec computer, the Ultimate MPU, for like $200, $200-something. And I don't have to spend
that?
2 or 3 hours changing out sockets. It probably won't take 2 or 3 hours, but you know what I mean.
Unless you just like that type of work.
No, I do. I like all my games to run on the original hardware, so I probably will just keep this computer. I will absolutely replace them and just keep them. So. And then another curiosity.
Boys asked, what are the crappy sockets named again?
Auget, A-U-G-U-T.
Auget?
A-U-G-A-T. And then the other crappy sockets you'll find on Williams boards are called Scanbe, S-C-A-N-B-E.
And it's nice to replace those.
You need to replace them, or you're going to be chasing your tail. The Auget sockets are a little bit better than the Scambes, but they both work the same way on spring tension, and they suck, they suck, they suck, they suck. So, that's something you're going to want to change. you have to change them on the Williams computers, but sometimes these can just be flaky. It might be worth just good, if I'm going to take the computer out, it's going to take me an hour, maybe 2, to very carefully go in and replace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sockets. It might just be worth it.
Yeah, that's a lot. What's SNT?
What?
S and T.
Squawk and talk. Yeah, no.
Wicked Pizza Pinball Pit, Mr. Webster asked if anyone was making replacement SNTs.
I'm not sure. I've heard of people doing it
Talks.
and trying to do it, but I don't think anyone's ever done it. So I'm not sure.
So if that board goes bad, then what do you do?
Find another Squawk and Talk or fix it. Send it to someone who's smart enough to fix it.
Send it to Kyle.
No, that's not my strong point, honestly. The sound stuff is very complicated. This is a whole other computer that runs in unison with this computer. So they are unique to troubleshoot. And not only do you have to troubleshoot a computer, but you also have to troubleshoot an audio side. And most of the time, not most of the time, I'm going to say most of the service you'll do on Squawk and Talks are absolutely going to be just replacing the old electrolytic capacitors. So,
PDX Pinball said, I had a Bally Spectrum that had 2 full-size lamp driver boards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Spectrum was unique in that sense where they didn't need the, oh, crap, we ran out of lamps. They needed like double. They couldn't just use one. They had to get a whole other, how many lamps was this again? 60 or something like that? I don't remember. 56 lamps. So yes, Spectrum uses like 100 and something lamps. It's crazy. So.
Where did I read that? Last American President? The last American president and friend of the show, Mr. Baxter, wants to see you power it up. Or really, have you powered it up yet? Does it turn on?
Nope. It doesn't power on. I have the rectifier board out, but I would not turn this thing on until I've done a lot of work.
Pinball Gramps, we need to go road trip up to Pinball Gramps, Kyle, West Virginia. We kind of went past there to Allentown. He wants to send you his whole computer, or we can just stop over in West Virginia.
What computer?
That's a good question.
If it's a Bally computer, well, most of the time it's not worth fixing Bally computers, and now it's barely even worth fixing Williams computers because you can get so many great replacements for them.
No guts, no glory.
And like this is basically the only way I'll ever work on a Bally computer is if it's like mega clean and not gross. If all I have to do is replace some sockets and there's no acid damage, that makes me smile. Another neat thing about this thing has to bring a display signal under the playfield. So you've got your daisy chain of wires looping in through the displays, going through, and then the last one, usually where it terminates, there's a whole other plug. And these are all the data signals that go to the display underneath the playfield, which is kind of cool. So yeah, otherwise it's in, all this is in great shape. I'm not worried about this whatsoever. I'll definitely be able to get all this stuff working. I'm thinking the game plan for this game is we're going to start with the rectifier board, do some basic service there. That's a very easy board to service, and actually I have a few of them right over here. Let me go grab them.
Yeah, let's check them out. Oh, Pinball Gramps' game is Gilligan Island.
Oh yeah, duh. Oh, what's wrong with your what's wrong with the computer on that thing?
Oh yeah, didn't he send you an email that you never responded to?
I responded.
That explained to you what was wrong.
I responded twice.
I'm going to come back to the main.
I found all these displays, and then I don't remember what all these boards are inside. So we can actually do a unwrapping ceremony of all this crap. Oh, I just dropped a 6-digit display.
It sounded not good.
I probably killed it.
Oh. Yeah, it would be cool to do a trip up there, Gramps. We're not going up that way until Allentown next year. That's like June. Surely you want to play your Gilligan's Island before that.
This might not be dead.
Maybe you can take a mini vacation into the beautiful Columbia, South Carolina, and bring Gilligan's Island with you. And then we can work on the game together on the show.
I'd much rather go up to West Virginia. I need that vacation. Into the mountains. Okay, well, we'll put these aside. Let me unwrap this package.
Smoothbore19 said, I'm down to 1 Williams pin from 3. Now newer Sterns in the lineup.
Yep.
I can't lie, I have to do way less work on them. Oh man, which Williams pin did you keep? Actually, which of the 3 Williams pins did you have? And then we'll all guess which one you kept.
I was talking about that on that podcast I sat down to do with Crystal the other day. How I noticed a lot of people selling all their old Williams games to buy new Stern stuff because they only have room for a few games and they want to get rid of the old stuff.
I will never sell hard body.
Oh, these are... Oh, nice. These are old Stern displays. Okay, I was probably collecting...
Wait, we don't even get to see what you're looking at. This is not fair.
Tony Cam.
Yeah, do Steve. He's my cameraman right now.
He's like, come on, give me some airtime. But you're so dark on Sony Cam. We actually, if you go in the menu, we have to bump up the exposure on it. But you can also turn the other camera. Oh, Kyle.
Yeah, I'll turn this one for now, and then Steve can zoom in when
put it on the desk. Yeah, Steve can be the zooming.
Pinball Gramps says, thanks for answering me twice. Hey, no problem, man. I'm always here.
Aw.
So I've got...
He's good. I just like to give him a hard time. Oh.
These look like they could be burnt out, but I'll try. I'll give them the 5-minute fix and see. I only need 1 6-digit display for this game, but I have a pile. I'll throw them in the pile. This one might be broken because I dropped it, but they all might be broken to begin with. Anyways, these aren't the interesting things.
Oh, Demolition Man, Johnny Mnemonic, or T2. Kyle, which one would you keep out of this? Demo Man, Johnny Mnemonic, and T2. That's actually really hard. Yeah. That's a really cool lineup.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Sad you...
Okay, so this display's bad. I'm just going to throw this one away anyways.
I kept Demo Man.
Which one's on?
And hid Johnny Mnemonic. Actually, I wouldn't have...
You see this nipple right here?
Taken any.
That is a very broken nipple.
Kept him.
Every bit of gas that used to be inside this display to light it up is now gone.
Almost there. Almost there.
Almost there.
Okay.
Nice. So the only way to fix this would be to put a new glass on it, and I think I have 1 or 2 new glasses, but I'm not going to waste it on this trash display, so this goes in the garbage. See ya. The other ones might be fixable because the glass is still in okay shape. Some of them are a little burnt, but whatever. Let's actually look at the other stuff now. We were going to look at a power driver board, I think. Or we were going to look at a rectifier board.
Oh no. It's not good when your nipples break. Eternal Grammy hates when they break their nipples. The cast keeps falling off.
Be careful, man. So this computer came inside Vector, and this is going to just go in my art bin. Again, this is what most Bally computers look like.
Yes.
I wish I didn't use the word... I wish I didn't use my one curse word earlier because I want to say that this looks like a 4-letter S word. This is bad.
Wait, is that corrosion on it?
Yep. This is destroyed. This is garbage. This is not, you do not try to fix this. You don't do anything to this.
No, it looks melted. I mean, no, it's not garbage now. It's art. You can make it into art.
Yeah.
Give it to Serene. She'll make trophies out of it.
The things I'll do with this is I'll take this EEPROM. I'll take this 6820 out, and I'll take the processor out.
Yeah.
These are chips that are worth saving while we wait for the corrosion to come up and destroy the rest. But all of these are destroyed. This is all garbage. But you don't try to fix this. You just don't. You throw this away, use it as art. But this is bad. This is a really grody one. But that's what happens. Most Bally games, that's what these look like nowadays.
Oh no.
So just wanted to bring that out as an example. I think that was the original computer in this game.
It's not good.
It doesn't have the name of the game on the ROM, but whatever. Okay. So before we look and figure out what's in the pink bags, let's look at these rectifier boards. Let me get my poker. We can open this one up. This is what we're going to work on next week, maybe a little bit more because this won't take too long to do. This is a really simple board. I understand why people replace these things because they don't know how to fix them, and a replacement is very cheap. It is a very, very simple board to work on if it has never caught on fire. And neither of these have ever caught on fire. Which camera? Can we use this one?
Yeah.
So this is a nice condition, not exploded rectifier board. It's really common to see a lot of damage around the fuses or around the rectifiers if they ever get nasty and hot. This is just really dirty. This thing rectifies the two main AC voltages that come into the game. I think it's the 12 volts and the 43 volts, and then the 12 volts gets turned into 5 and elsewhere. But it's a very simple board. Most of what you're doing on this thing is repairing cracked solder on all 5 or 6 of those connections. And for the heck of it, I'm going to replace the bridge rectifiers because I can. It's really
What are the bridge rectifiers again?
These big boxes. It's just 4 diodes in series that it rectifies the voltage, which it takes away the full wave spectrum of AC, right? AC power goes up and down 60 times a second at 60 hertz, and this will rectify that to keep it as a DC. It'll keep, anyways. We'll replace these. When they start to wear out, you'll notice things like, well, you could have an unstable voltage that gets turned into usable voltages, but we'll brighten up some of our lamps and it'll look good. There's also another 2 rectifiers on this board, one here and one here. This one is for the high voltage. Oh, so there's 4 rectifiers on this board.
Can you pan it over more?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't remember exactly what all 4 of them are for, so actually don't listen to me. But yeah, one of these I think is for the
Thanks
feature
for the
lamps.
raid, XQSME.
Oh, hey Raiders, hi. We've got 1 rectifier for the high voltage for the displays, 1 for 12 volts, 1 for lamp voltage, and then 1 for 43 volts. So a bridge rectifier is a much more convenient way to put 4 diodes like that.
Oh.
Anyways.
Wow.
So that's what we're going to work on. You'll see them a lot like this. More modern versions of this board don't put the rectifiers on the back. These rectifiers sit on a big metal plate in the bottom of the cabinet, and that works as a gigantic heat sink to keep them cool. Modern boards will actually mount them on top and use an external heat sink, and that is a fine modification, but that looks bad. I just pulled this one out
scary
because it's just kind of, it's Cletus fixed. We'll call it that. We'll fix it the right way.
Yay, Pinball Toys. Thank you, Bob, for using our shipping code. $10 off for international orders for orders over $99.
Excellent.
Or free domestic shipping for orders over $99.
Thanks for joining us from the UK.
All caps PT-Vector. Yeah, that's great. It's late over there now.
Obi's giving gift subs because he's the champ. Thank you.
Oh, Obi. Man, this is like the best day ever.
We feel so loved right now.
Thank you so much for all the gift subs.
Put the high voltage
Tastes
cover
like
back
arsenic on. Likes your Cletus fix. Joke.
I'm just saying. That's a good name.
Like almonds?
Almonds? Yeah. I mean, I like almonds. Arsenic, I'd probably be a sucker for it. Anywho, I'll throw this crap inside the game. I'll probably use it as a template, though, for when I do cut new Mylar for this old thing. Okay, what are these goodie bags? This has nothing to do with Vector. It has my name on it, and it says Gorgar. Uh-oh. Oh, these are the boards I worked on for Steve, and then one of them had a problem, so he just replaced them, and he gave them to me so I can fiddle with them and have them. What do we have?
I didn't know this was going to be an unboxing episode. This is cool.
This is an unserviced Williams driver board that is extremely clean. Holy crap.
Today's the last day of the sub event on Twitch. 20% off all subs.
Oh, really?
I got to do some sub gifting after this, too.
Subtober.
Subtober.
September? Oh, it's September.
September.
Hey, whatever.
Semantics.
This is the computer that I serviced.
Oh, cyanide is what it tastes like.
Oh. Hey, thanks for clarifying us on that. Arsenic expert.
What happened?
Huh? All right, well, cool. I've got a System 6 computer, a really nice driver board that is unserviced, but that's fine. I can mess with this stuff later. And then, I've got a Williams sound and speech board, too. All right, presents, yay.
That's not to be confused with Squawk and Talk.
No, the Squawk and Talk
sound
is
and speech.
Superior.
Squawk and Talk. We have a tech question from
Hold on, I can't hear.
19.
I'm stuffing stuff in bags. All right, I can hear again.
Okay. Smoothbore19 says, on my WPT, I have the random ball launch issues that Stern replaced the driver board, but mine has the original board. Any idea if the board can be fixed?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know what that issue is. Can you explain it to me? Any driver board can be fixed, even the scary White Star ones, but I'm not sure what the issue is.
Yeah, you can pan over. Look at
that one's a little bit before my time, right? When those games would get like big service bulletins on them and stuff like that, those would have been fixed on the field, years and years before I ever started wrenching on stuff.
World Poker Tour, right?
Yeah.
Obi was asking what game. WPT.
Launches ball like it's in a non-stop multi-ball.
Poker.
So I'm not sure if that's a driver board failure.
Non-stop multi-ball. Oh, wow. That makes the game sound fun.
It could be, but usually things like that are a ball trough issue. So if the game needs to know where all the balls are, and I think that, let's just say that game has 4 balls in it. If the game, for whatever reason, can see in the trough balls 1, 3, and 4, but it can't see ball 2, it'll start to trip out. And for whatever reason, the game will then launch another ball. When the game then sees a ball sitting on the switch in the shooter lane, that the software tells it, well, wait, okay, there's something on the switch, just fire the auto launch. So what I would recommend looking at is all of the opto switches in your trough. So that's generally the problem. They're not hard to repair, and if you don't want to repair them, you can buy new ones. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. The Stern games of that era didn't use optos for the ball trough. They used optos for I think they used 3 rollover switches for like balls 2, 3, and 4, and then they used one small opto board that would be for ball 1 and then what they call the ball jam. And that's really, really common for those things to just die. They take a lot of vibration, so the diodes will break off or something. So take a look there. It passes through the test and doesn't have any tech alerts. Yeah, but that doesn't actually mean there's not a problem. So what I'm going to tell you to do is put it in switch test or trough mode or something and take a closed fist and just pound on the area right around the flippers and see if things start going wacky. You'll probably find that it does. Or you can get in there and kind of wiggle the connector or wiggle around the plunger to see what the ball optos do for the ball 1 and the trough opto. That's most likely your issue. 90% of the time. We have those things in stock. There's 2 versions of that board, one that has 2 LEDs and one that has 1. I don't know which World Poker Tour uses. I think it might be just the single. So, yeah, no problem. Yeah, let us know if you figure that out, man. That's a pretty gratifying thing to fix.
Back.
You most likely just have 1 bad LED. What time is it? How long have I been yapping?
It's 4:30.
Nice.
If all those fails, get a bigger hammer.
Yeah, absolutely, always. But don't use the hammer, use your hands. It'll do less damage to the game. It's just a good way to simulate vibration, you know, because you'll sit there and look at it and test and it's all fine, but the game doesn't start to screw up until the vibration is introduced. So when the ball trough kicks a ball out, you know, then things start to get wonky and it loses a signal, and then it's like, well, I better kick another ball out. Oh, I better kick another ball out, you know. Nerds emojis. Well, obviously, Captain Zanzibar is subscribed to some really rad channels, so it's beer time.
Yeah, there's Ace
Cheers,
Ventura.
Daniel. It's like Arsenic says, my Flight 2000 doesn't boot.
So yeah, we are in the last 30 minutes of the show. I want to do another just powwow list of all the things that we can expect to do on Vector, and then we can go into a Q&A. What projects are you guys working on? And can any of us here help you?
So
by any of us, I mean any of y'all.
This list is gonna be up in the air because I guess depending on when we get Godzilla, we'll probably be doing a really rad stream about that. But the timeline for Vector will just spread something that I'd normally do in like 8 hours over like 10 weeks. We'll start next week with working on the rectifier board. We are going to rebuild a rectifier board, not this one because it sucks. We'll work on a better one and get this thing ready to go. And that way we'll know that the first line of power and the way that power needs to be distributed to all the boards is good. We'll start at the base. The next board we'll work on will be, and we might be able to do these both in one day because I can fly through this stuff. We can do the driver board. This one, we're going to replace the filter cap. We're probably going to replace the pot for the high voltage as well. We're going to do crack solder repairs, add a fail-safe jumper. Actually, these newer games have the fail-safe jumper, I think. I don't remember. We'll look. I think I might need to add it still. And we'll do a quick service on those. And then we'll know that we have stable power going to the game. At that point, at the end of that episode, or however many episodes that takes, we'll definitely be taking the computer out, looking for cracked solder. And that is the point when we'll boot the game up. You don't want to turn the game on before you kind of can verify that you've got good stable power going places. If something were to screw up or it were to be off, I mean, that's how you can cook your computer, right? So we want to make sure you've got good juice. We'll work on this thing next. That's super simple. We've done this at least once before on strikes and spares. This we really don't need to work on yet. We definitely want to check for cracked solder, etc. But we'll go through the boards, I think. Interspersed with that, I will be working off camera and maybe on the weekends, and I will be working on the Playfield. I don't think we really need to show tearing down a Playfield many times. There's a ton of stuff on that. But in that time, I will be carefully cleaning and then cutting Mylar. So that will give us something to do instead of this just being the board work channel, which I try to be cognizant of. I really want to work on EMs, but I'm afraid that working on EMs all the time is really boring. So I'm trying to, we'll intermix things. But anyways, I'm getting intermixed right now. We'll do electronics first, and then we'll jump to the rest of the stuff. A lot of the work you have to do on these Bally games is electronics related. A lot of the times the mechanisms and everything are very solid, but this game's going to take a lot of cosmetic work. Like I said, Mylar, cleaning, waxing. This ramp is rusty and cattywampus. It's kind of bowed out in the center here, so I'm going to need to try to flatten that. I might try to get new ones of those made. I can be a little selfish and get Vector stuff redone. And displays. We have to do display work. Easy stuff. It's going to be easy, but fun, but a lot of work.
How many? So to get the game to turn on and to start working on that, is it just replacing the rectifier board and then you can power it on?
I'm working on this guy too.
The power supply?
The driver board. And then at that point, we'll have good, stable power, and I will feel confident enough to let the computer try to boot up, and we'll see what happens. I probably will replace all those sockets, but again, that's going to be something done off camera. Most likely, it's boring. We've done solder sucker removing socket episodes many times.
I know, but to go back to those archives.
Okay, well, we'll do one or two.
I'm with him on
You know, it's nice to be in the moment together.
The problem is, when we do it live, then it turns this into like a million-year project. We'll never get to play it. We'll see though, because I'm also lazy.
Yeah, that's true. So. We want to play it. We want to see it play, and we want to.
Wow, there's a lot of people talking.
I want to play highlights.
Yeah, I'm gonna read out a question that we got a bit earlier when we opened up the Q&A from Kiwi Frenzy. Kiwi Frenzy says, "I have a problem with a whirlwind flipper. The high power coil is not working. Just the hold coil." Yeah. Any ideas what to check? That's actually kind of what we were shooting earlier today that by proxy made me late. We were doing a little how to test coils video for our website.
So if only the high resistance side is working, do this. Yank the coil out or get a small screwdriver.
Go to the pile. Go to the
Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to make
and I will focus it.
So this is a busted coil. And this is what yours might look like, right? Okay. You've got your high power winding here, high power winding here. There's supposed to be a high resistance wire, which is actually right there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And you see that wire sticking out?
That little tiny wire?
That little stub. What? And you've got the other end of the high resistance side here. So what might have happened on yours is you might have lost one of these high power wires that they usually break right here. Sometimes they will break on the back side, but make sure that these are still attached, and that is your problem, most likely. The only other thing it could really be would be an end of stroke switch, but that's really common, is to have those wires just pop off from vibration. Sometimes you can get really lucky, depending on which one breaks, right? Like you can't do that here because this wire is actually on the inside of the windings. If this side broke off, I could cut it, unravel one winding, and then wrap it back around and solder it on. But at that point, it's just probably worth it to buy a new coil. Since you're in New Zealand, it might not be the easiest thing to get. It might not be super easy to get coils, so try to save it. And if not, you probably want to buy a new one. So check that out for me and let us know what you find, man. That's really common. Wow, there's a lot of big old questions.
I'd like to know if that helped your solution. Sorry, I had a coughing
No problem, man. Yeah, I hope that, I think that you'll find that. And if not, make sure your end of stroke switch is shut. You know, make sure it's not really dirty. And that's usually where the issue is going to rely. So.
Nice. All right, I'm scrolling back up, y'all. I see your questions.
Yeah, hold on.
But we're going to go Colin Baxter's paragraph. I'm just going to Ron Burgundy it. Oh, here's my, I want to read it out loud. Here's my brain buster. Working on blah. And the crane block is not working. Coil ohms out, transistors, and pre-driver checks out. Continuity from PIA to transistors is good. Using logic probe and test mode, it goes from low to high when activated on all the chips it runs through. Any thoughts?
So, okay, well, here's the first thing. I know you were working on it, but even if they check good, did you replace the really cheap, easy to replace transistors? That's honestly where I would start. I mean, make sure that you have, again, make sure that the coil is hooked up right also. Make sure you didn't hook it up backwards. Make sure, if you did, you probably have problems elsewhere, but, make sure the diode's in the right spot. You've got all that. But what I'd honestly say, man, is like, even though it all checks out and you could sit there and brain buster it all day, just replace the stuff that is easy to replace. Replace the transistor, the pre-drive, and the regular transistor, and if it starts working, then you know what your problem was. As wasteful as that sounds, sometimes that is the best way to troubleshoot those issues. But I guess also make sure that you're not, you said continuity checks out, so yeah, I don't know. I would just start there. If you haven't replaced the transistors, just do it.
He says, I have not done the transistors yet. I added the word yet.
Yeah, just try that and just see what happens. Boise said, fix or replace big rectifier board. I'm going to fix it because it's in good condition and it's a very easy board to work on, and it will save me multiple dozens of dollars buying $6 worth of rectifiers instead of like a $100 board. So I'll fix it because it's mine's still in good shape. If yours is burnt or looks really, really gross or it's had a lot of hacking done to it, then absolutely replace it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Have we done a PinTech episode where we showed replacing target switch assemblies on the playfield? Had to have. Do you remember what game?
I think so. Maybe not. I think I did it on Strikes and Spares, but I might have done it off camera. Maybe we'll do some on this game. These ones are probably just dirty, so I'm probably not, but we'll look at it. Oh wait, no, I thought we did it on Indy 500.
Was asking,
I think we've done some on Indy 500. Check out those videos.
Yeah, I'll drop the link to the Indy 500 playlist we have on our YouTube archives, Gramps, and maybe
Obi wants us to bump Discord because Discord's a fun place to hang out with people and chit chat and talk about funny stuff.
Yay! So I bumped it. If you guys see the link, it says join our Discord. Oh, why did it go everywhere except Twitch? That was weird.
Someone says what we do is never boring. Thank you. I'm afraid that I am boring. My voice just rambles on, but I try to make it entertaining. Emoto does the entertaining, not me. Smoothbore says, on my Tron Pro, I have some ghosting inserts that are still flush. Any Are they raising or are they becoming concave? When I hear ghosting, I think of LEDs. Like, are they cracking? I mean, there's really not much you can do. Just sad.
Would love a Tron.
Me too. Yeah, sell it to us.
Yeah, just sell it to us and we'll take care of it.
All right, I'm gonna drop in that.
I love that game. Oh wait, I can still read this. Frisbees says, I have a Bally -50 soundboard that I just recapped because the sounds are super muffled and clunky. Recapping didn't change anything. Their mix culprit might be. Yes, did you replace the pots? If you didn't replace the pots, I mean, that's the next logical place to go to. Never just recap a soundboard if it has some potentiometers on it, because that, when all those signals get blended together, they go through the pot. And if the pot is gross, which a lot of the times they are, then everything coming out is going to suck. So check that out.
That's your banner.
Kiwi Frenzy says, thanks. No problem. I'm here to help. Someone said LOL a long time ago. Oh, and then Colin says that. And then...
Thank you, Dolphin Don. We will do our best to keep up the good work.
We're working on
it. For
life. Working on it. Huzzah.
And then, Gramps, I just dropped in the Indy 500 playlist. All right, look, we're catching up. This is
almost
great.
Caught up. Okay, good. We're caught up. No one wants to talk to us anymore. It looks like the insert is
separating from the clear coming from Smoothbore.
So is it starting to get hazy underneath? I mean, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, there's really nothing you can do at that point, unless is your Tron Mylard, or is it just clear? Because there's nothing you can do, man. It's just a little bit of a battle scar, and it just means that you love your Tron and you play it and it's well enjoyed, and be glad that you have one. You're a lucky guy or girl, or whatever you may identify as. You have Tron. That's super cool.
Tron is amazing.
Program.
I would love to have a Tron.
Program.
Yeah, you're a program.
Just cleared. Sad.
Very lucky program.
Kyle, were you impressed by Godzilla's huge mech building?
God, I'm glad I don't have a huge following where people can cut and do deep fakes. Kyle, you impressed with huge? Yeah, no, I definitely.
I can't wait to do our special on that.
That game is amazing.
We'll probably have Harrison Drake with us, the lead engineer.
Yeah,
and
that game's amazing. It looks really cool. I talked about it a bunch on the podcast I was on a couple days ago. I feel like I've said that too many times, but we were talking about do we think pinball's in a golden age? And I absolutely say yes. I think this is like the pinnacle of pinball.
It's a new golden age,
for what we're doing right now. Hopefully we can ride it out for a long time.
Nolan said, which podcast? Which podcast? I'd listen to that.
No, it's not. It's I feel bad because I forgot, but it's on the TPN, and I think it's called the Interview Series, because I think Matt does a section for like the normal TPN, like the main like news pinball show, but now he has like an interview series, and it was really fun talking to him. It was really cool, man. I didn't know why anyone, I guess you guys want to listen to me talk about pinball, but it felt cool that someone else wanted to listen to Crystal and I blab, so that was really fun.
Yeah.
We interviewed Matt when we were at
Thank you for the anonymous cheer.
The Southern Fried show, and then he wanted to interview Crystal and I, but we were like too tired, but also only wanted to drink and play games when we finally got done working, so it just never happened in Atlanta, so I'm glad we did it.
That's where you guys went.
Yeah, hey, you ditched us, man. I was trying to find someone to play Rock Band with all night. It was just me and Sarah, which was great, but come on.
I don't even think I saw the Rock Band this year.
It was so rad. I feel really bad because I missed the Rock Band transmission last night, too. I didn't know it was happening that Wednesday. I didn't know it was happening, though. So I didn't have a choice because we had our plans. But if I knew it was happening, we would have split that in half, man.
Was it on the stage? I just asked that, but then I wasn't listening.
No. It's just they have a TV they set up, and this really cool dude called Sam brings his whole crazy, like, jailbroken Rock Band setup, and it's crazy. I love Rock Band, so. Anyways, sorry.
Games with Retro Gaming with Hopper says, I hope, Kyle, I have a lot of games to repair.
Yeah, me too, man. I've got way too much pinball. I don't sell pinball games, but I'm always constantly saying, like, man, I need to sell something.
Do you see it?
You guys will be the first to know, and then we'll do some really crazy bloated auction on them. And I'll make sure there's a 50% hammer fee on all of them. And I give that to Steve. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Per. How are you, man? Long time no see.
Hello, sir.
How's everything in wonderful Oslo?
Oslo. Bye. Mandalorian Premium or Godzilla Premium? Which one to get?
I would absolutely have the
mandolin.
Mandolins are a really cool instrument.
Mandolin Premium. Oh, you're terrible.
I don't know, man, because here's the thing. I've never played Godzilla. It might suck. It doesn't. It
Godzilla
won't.
has Japanese call-outs.
I'm just saying. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it will actually be the worst pinball game of all time. But it won't be. So I don't know. I've never played. So if I had to give you an answer, I'd say Mandalorian Premium because that's the only one I've ever played. But
I've created monsters. My parents think pinball machines grow on trees. So now they're like demanding that I get a Godzilla Premium to put in their house. And they're like, you make all the content for all the people. You should be able to get it for nothing. And I'm like, it's a freaking $8,000 game at the end of the day.
Nolan's selling his Medieval Madness to pre-order Godzilla. I think I think that's a great choice. I mean, it's sad because you just spent a bunch of time building a game, but
he got a Godzilla pre out of it.
Well, but here's the thing. Godzilla is just always going to be a better game. There's more to do. It's got legs, man.
Colin's got a good point.
Yeah, Colin said, I doubt Godzilla would suck if you liked Led Zeppelin.
Dude, there's no such thing as bad pinball. There really isn't.
How could you possibly think that Godzilla is not going to Rocket World?
I didn't say that. I just said I've never played it, so I don't have an opinion on it.
You're skeptical.
It looks cool. I'm not skeptical. I've just never touched it.
That sounds like skepticism to me, man.
No.
Smoothbore, congratulations for your Mando Premium on order. That is actually a really fun game, too. So, and we know that for a fact because we've played it.
I think that's awesome. You're going to love it. I'm just saying. I've never played it, so I can't give you an opinion. I don't get into the hype train stuff. I have no idea how it's going to play.
We had a hype train last week, though.
I mean, like rumor mill hype train kind of stuff, you know?
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Twitch hype train.
On the hype train.
Oh, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to, Hey, but I also thought Cyberpunk 2077 was going to be amazing, and I had...
And you played it for like a month, and you were like, it's awesome.
Yeah,
and
I know.
But
But then...
all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's no good.
No, it's good. It's sad because it feels dead. Then you go play like Red Dead Redemption, and that feels like a place that you're actually in. You know what I mean? It was a good game, but to be an open world game, it just needs to have it redone. Anyways, Pinball's awesome. It's going to be a good game. I'll get off my old man chair. It's going to be cool, man. There's so much going on in that game. There's so many shots that look fun. It's a neat...
I think it will play cool with a K.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can start collecting achievements because we can do a little QR code scanner with the inside or connect it, and then
That's
you
so
can be like,
cool.
oh,
I can't wait to see what that works like.
The Godzuki Award.
Godzuki Award?
Huh.
I made it up. Surely there's got to be a Godzuki Award, though,
You can
right?
put little smoke rings. Poo, poo, poo.
The building collapses. I know, man. It's cool as hell. No, it's gonna be cool. See, that's the thing is like, I really like pinball that just makes the ball do cool stuff.
The building collapses, Kyle. Yeah. Jet Jaguar spins, he says.
Awesome.
Per Monson, we PINtroduced Vector today on this episode. We're going to be starting it up and working on it for several episodes, learning a lot about everything pinball repair in the Bally's 80s world.
Yeah, my favorite system ever.
Early 80s
so I
Bally's.
can speak with relative confidence. Hey, actually, hold on. Does the small camera work
now
or
we're
no?
just kind of hanging out.
Is the handheld working or no?
No.
I want to show something off to like make the haters shut up too. Hold on.
There's no haters.
No,
You're the only hater here.
No, there are no haters here. No, I want to get closer. Okay. Remember the inserts? Okay, well, I'm going to bring this to just in case.
Yes. New rule sets are difficult and very, 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 very complex.
Okay.
I think there should be 2 modes, but let's let Kyle show us what's going on here.
So we're going to get 2 views of it,
what
right?
Is happening?
So people talk about, oh, the quality of pinball's gone down nowadays. Y'all are wrong, extraordinarily wrong. Look at this past quality control at Bally. Look how misregistered all of this is.
Wait, I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
Steve is looking at these. Look at this guy. Look at how misregistered all of these inserts are. Every single one of these things.
No, it's the drop shadow.
No, it's misregistered. Look at that one. Look how bad that one is. People are like, oh, pinball was so much better in the 80s and 90s.
Look at that 8 and 9.
Where?
Right there, the 8 and the 9.
Yeah, look how bad that is.
They're called crescent moons. It's an art choice.
Yeah, Yeah, it's called our screens shifted. Look at that.
Cletus was on the line that day. Yeah.
Baxter says
look at that one. Look at that one.
Cletus.
Look how bad that one is.
Where are you?
Right here, Nick. Go. Yeah. Look at that. Right there under the 25.
That one's a toenail.
It's so bad. Oh man, no, pinball's so terrible now. There's no quality control.
It's totally
artistic. Whatever. Yo.
I'm gonna ask Greg first. Didn't you draw crescent moons into all of the inserts for Vector?
On purpose.
On purposes.
It's just funny. That's all. Come on. We're
That's
just
great.
joshing.
Just joshing.
I mean, because at the end, I don't care. It's gonna play just the same, even though there's a crescent. You know, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Does it?
The forums in 1982, man. There's a bunch of people complaining about that. If I spend this much money on a pinball machine, it better look like a Tiffany egg.
Back then, it would have to be like a chainmail, right? Where you like send with a stamp.
Thank you. So, hey, pinball has always been all over the place.
Bread kits.
Pinball has always been.
Oh.
You know, the 5 foot
Pinball Pit says back in the day, pins were only expected to last a few years.
Yeah.
But look how long they've lasted. That's a older than I am game. Way older than you are, baby Kyle.
I'm a baby. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like
I'm a baby.
This thing was supposed
Happy
to sit and make money for 3 years,
Old school,
and
yes,
then
no?
you take it away and throw it in a warehouse, and you never look at it again. That's what people did with this stuff.
Vannegut, saturated colors. They never learned.
Thank
the
you.
Vibrancies all the way up. Kyle Spitari. Hate.
I like to I like to hate on the haters because they need to chill out and just enjoy pinball. That's all I'm saying.
They're like hamsters. They just throw it away and get another. Wait, what? Don't do that to your hamster. That's messed up.
Oh, yeah. Be nice to the hammies.
Hamsters.
Yeah, we've got our work cut out on this thing. It's going to be cool. I'm super excited for us to get Godzilla. We were supposed to get the first one off the line. I feel like if we did, it would have been here by now. So we're not sure when we're going to get it, but hopefully we get it soon. And that's going to be really exciting. I'm so excited to play it. I am. It's going to be really cool, man. How can it be bad? It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
When you have A-plus team of people designing that thing, man, it's going to be so cool.
Nolan's going to get PETA called on him later. All right, y'all. We are coming close to our end time for PinTech Live episode 71, the PinTroduction to Vector Pinball. It's going to be a fun series, and we're excited to work on it.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a good player out of it. I mean, we will. We'll just make sure that it lasts long enough. I'm not looking forward to cutting Mylar, but it'll be fine. Honestly, I might just give Marlon the ancient Mylar and just have him scan, copy, and cut me a new modified version of the old one or something. We'll see.
Nice.
I don't know if we have original Mylar scans for this game. I don't think anyone would ever want one, but I do. Her's gonna go play Vector. Do you have a Vector at the clubhouse?
Oh, wow. I thought you were the only one with Vector.
Nah, there's a lot of suckers that have Vectors.
I can't wait to play it. No, it looks really cool. I like the triple drop targets behind the other triple drop targets to get up that. I don't know. Maybe it's not a ramp, but to get into that area.
You have to knock all the defenders down.
Oh, the defenders.
Yeah.
The defender targets. Yeah, I just saw on our little product guide or product spool over here the defender drop targets.
Yeah, super polished. It just looks cool, man. Frisbees, exactly. Okay, Purr says he did have
bomb
one.
For whoever we raid.
All that work for a not very good game. Yep, but it's okay because it's cool, and I like the weird sci-fi.
Drop the Cletus bomb.
Cletus bomb. This game does probably have the most sayings out of a Squawk and Talk
Defender
forever.
down.
Defender down. I am your PAC. Play analysis computer.
You gotta say it.
Oh yeah, this game, when you're done with it, it tells you to hit the showers or time
to hit the showers.
Time to hit the showers. Like, all right, let's do it. I can't wait to show you guys. This is gonna be dumb. It's so funny. I bought this game just because it's so dumb. I love it. Wow, what's that one? Aliens? Cletuses? You guys are crazy.
Oh, it's Attack Aliens.
Oh,
they made those into.
But we start with this board. This is where we start, and it'll be fun and easy, and we'll
That's the rectifier board?
Yep. We'll replace 2 rectifiers and the 2 bridge rectifiers, the big case met one. What are these? They're like 35 amp.
Hey.
What?
Do you want to raid Pinball for All? Because he's from Oslo too, and we have another Osloan in the chat.
What are they
we
playing?
Can link them together.
I think that's the thing we have to
Mandalorian, your favorite game.
Right now.
Yeah, we should. Let's do it.
It's
That's
a
fun.
pro. Will you heat sink those on top or under as original?
Under.
Thank you, Captain Zanzibar.
Nerds.
Under.
Oh yeah, because I called them all nerds. Yeah, we'll do it under like original
Nerds.
just because it's already set up to do that. So.
All right, let's go. So
Pinball,
he'll get
that's
really
all.
confused seeing all the Cletuses coming into his chat. So it'll be
You're
great.
gonna freak all these Norwegian people out. They're not gonna understand. Hey, thanks for joining us all. That was fun. I'm very, very glad that you guys show up every week.
Thank you, everybody.
My favorite 2 hours of the week.
We love hanging out with all of y'all. We love seeing you guys talk in the chat. And it's fun to joke around while still learning and fixing.
We'll do some fixing tomorrow. We did a lot of talking today. I'm ready to not talk for a while.
You did great. Crystal did great. It was awesome to see her.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys will remember to join our Discord. I like talking to you guys there.
I'll drop the Discord in the chat one more time, and then we're going to raid Pinball for All, and everyone follow
Thanks, Obi.
Captain Baxter's suggestion of Cletus it up. Let's make Oslo love Pinball.
Yeah, and don't thank us. We thank you, because we wouldn't be here if you guys didn't show up. So
it's true. We appreciate it. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all the follows and everything else.
Yeah. All of the above.
All right, we're going to raid.
Peace.
Let's see what happens. I'm going to be watching.
Live long and prosper.
He's going to be so confused. Raiding with a party of 41. Oh my gosh.